Templars are ready, Herald. Be certain you are prepared for the assault on the breach. We cannot know how you will be affected.
Voilà. Mon équipe... File de merde. Mon équipe de choc est donc prête. Attends, j'ai bien pris Serra. Oui, c'est bon. Je crois.
Templars!
Focus past the heralds. Let her will draw from you.
Alors, ça a marché ou pas? Ça y est, c'est fini?
You did it.
Waouh! C'était rapide. C'est chelou. Même si j'avais pas déjà fait le jeu, j'aurais dit ouais non, ça a l'air trop facile. Il va y avoir une merde. Ouais, tout le monde danse, tout le monde chante, tout le monde fait la fête.
Solus confirms the heavens are scarred but calm. The breach is sealed. We've reports of lingering rifts, and many questions remain. But this was
Ah, donc il reste des failles. La brèche n'a pas tout fermé.
Don't they know I fell into this? Almost literally.
Perhaps you're too close to judge. We needed you. We still do. We've yet to discover how the breach came to be. And that is only the most conspicuous of our troubles.
Oh.
Strange days, and more to come.
Forces approaching! To arms!
Quoi?
We must get to the gate.
They're afraid. Something's coming.
We have to put up barricades.
Cullen?
One watchguard reporting. It's a massive force, the bulk over the mountain.
Under what then?
None.
None?
Someone could open this, I'd appreciate it.
Ah, c'est les Dorian.
Ah, I'm here to warn you. Fashionably late, I'm afraid. Might exhausted. Don't mind me. My name is Dorian Parvis, and I bring grave news from Redcliffe. An army of rebel mages right behind me. They are under the command of the Venatori, in service to something called the Elder One. The woman is Calpurnia. She commands the Venatori. That, the Elder One. They were already marching on Haven. I risked my life to get here first.
Cullen, give me a plan. Anything.
Haven is no fortress. If we are to withstand this monster, we must control the battle. Get out there and hit that force. Use everything you can. Soldiers, gather the villagers. Fortify and watch for advanced forces. Inquisition, with the Herald! For your lives, for all of us!
Donc, je vais jouer c'est rare. Pourquoi? Parce que je vous emmerde. Non, je rigole. Quelqu'un veut du poison? J'ai plein de poison pour vous. Oh, salut. Je maintiens que le... Ah mais c'est vrai, j'avais pas dit en enregistrement ça. Oh, des Makibishi. Ah. Que je pense que le grappin ce sera plus utile pour Cole. Attends, je tire sur quoi là? Attends, il y a un ennemi là. Salut. Ils arrivent par où? Par là? Non, par là. Alors, j'ai disposé être niveau 8 pour faire cette quête, mais je suis niveau 7. Oh mon dieu, c'est tellement terrible. J'ai tellement pas le niveau pour faire cette quête. Attends, je me demande un truc. Non, j'ai l'impression qu'ils montent tous au niveau en même temps.
This way. We must get this trebuchet firing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Parce que ce que je disais avant, c'est que je faisais mon équipe en fonction de ce que je voudrais jouer plus tard. Donc là, du coup, j'ai un peu de tout. Ah, faut que je maintienne, ok. Allez-y, défoncez-les. Ah merde, Cole est mort. Par contre, mes lunettes sont dégueulasses. Ça m'empêche limite de lire les sous-titres.
No, shut down, piss, no! Everyone to the gates!
Allez, on passe à Cole maintenant.
Shoulder! Herald! Help me with this door! Good boy! Just grabbing essentials. One die for the forge. Everyone inside. Move it! Move it! We need everyone back to the Chantry. It's the only building that might hold against that beast. At this point, just make them work for it. Let's grab people on the way.
Good work, Harold. Protect the Chantry.
One more has stopped hurting. Someone hurts.
Our Lady is with you, Herald. Thank you. Another dead one.
Pardon? Comment j'ai fait pour... Quoi? Sérieux?
Someone hurts.
Need some help here! Need some help here!
Attends, mais c'est qui a besoin d'aide là? Je comprends pas.
Didn't expect this from you. Thanks.
The only...
Move! Keep going! The chantry is your shelter!
A brave man. He stood against a Venatori.
Briefly, I am no Templar.
Herald, our position is not good. That dragon stole back any time you might have earned us. There has been no communication, no demands. Only advance after advance.
There was no bargaining with the mages either. This Elder One takes what it wants. From what I gathered in Redcliffe, it marched all of this way to take your herald.
If you have any idea why he's after me, I'm all ears.
Besides taking the Templars, I've no idea what would incur this much rock. And such a promising start with the landslide. If only trebuchets remained an option.
They are. If we turn the last of them to the mountains above us.
We're overrun. To hit the enemy, we'd bury Haven.
This is not survivable now. The only choice left is how spitefully we end this.
Well, that's not acceptable. I didn't race here only to have you drop rocks on my head.
Should we submit? Let him kill us?
Dying is typically a last resort, not first. For a Templar, you think like a blood mage.
There is a path. You wouldn't know it was there unless you'd made the summer pilgrimage, as I have. The people can escape. She must have shown me. Andraste must have shown me so I could tell you.
What are you on about, Roderick?
It was whim that I walked the path. I did not mean to start overgrown. Now, with so many in the Conclave dead, to be the only one who remembers. I don't know. If this simple memory can save us, this could be more than mere accident. You could be more.
If that thing is here for me, I'll make him fight for it.
And when the mountain falls, what about you?
Perhaps you can surprise the Elder One.
Inquisition! Follow Chancellor Roderick through the Chantry. Move!
Herald, if you are meant for this, if the Inquisition is meant for this, I pray for you.
They'll load the trebuchets. Keep the Elder One's attention until we're above the tree line. If we are to have a chance, if you are to have a chance, let that thing hear you.
All right, time to get loud.
Je me souviens que je m'étais fait un guerrier, j'avais trouvé ça très très fun aussi, les techniques. C'est l'un des seuls jeux où je trouve que jouer un guerrier c'est fun. Hop. Roulade, grappin, riposte. Ah oui, donc c'est l'autre, c'est comme ça. Je crée de l'armure, ok. Couché.
Should we throw the rocks now?
Putain, j'ai encore faire une roulade avec R1 comme dans Days Gone. Merde. Je joue trop à ce jeu.
Here.
Ah oui, je me souviens quand j'avais mon autre mage, je mettais une rune de glace pour les empêcher de m'approcher. Ah, c'était bien. Putain, quand j'y pense, les voleurs et loups peuvent se faire des tasses. Merde, elle est où? C'est bizarre, elle est pas encore debout. Si, elle était encore debout, il y a eu un bug.
Watch them.
Fiona. Où ça, Fiona? Ah, elle est là. C'est elle, là, non? Ah, merde. Elle est là. Il est au bowl, il est là-bas. Voilà. C'est une affaire qui marche.
Move. Now.
Bonjour. C'est bon, je peux gérer.
Enough.
On dirait un dragon zombie.
Pretender, you toy with forces beyond your ken. No more.
Whatever you are, I'm not afraid.
Words mortals often hurl the darkness. Once they were mine, they are always lies.
Non, c'est vrai, j'ai pas peur.
Me. Know what you have pretended to be. Exalt the Elder One. The will that is Corypheus. You will kneel.
You'll get nothing out of me!
You will resist. You will always resist. It matters not. I am here to anchor. The process of removing it begins now. It is your fault, Geralt. You interrupted a ritual years in the planning, and instead of dying, you stole its purpose.
Ah bah c'est dommage.
I do not know how you survived, but what marks you as touched, what you flail at rifts, I crafted to assault the very heavens.
Oui. Écoute, si tu le dis, poteau, hein, mais...
And you used the anchor to undo my work. The gore.
Take it! I didn't ask for this!
Mortals have always cried thus. Praise me, for I would end the silence that answers. I once breached the Fade in the name of another to serve the old gods of the Empire in person. I found only chaos and corruption, dead whispers. For 1,000 years I was confused, no more. I have gathered the will to return under no name but my own, to champion Wither to Winter and correct this blighted world. Beg that I succeed, for I have seen the throne of the gods, and it was empty. The anchor is permanent. You have spoilt it with your stumbling. So be it. I will begin again. Find another way to give this world the nation and God it requires. And you, I will not suffer even an unknowing rival. You must die.
You expect us to surrender and kneel. We will not. You'll face us all. When we choose!
Yeah, une avalanche. Tout le monde aime les avalanches. Je comprends pas ce que vous dites. J'ai pas fait exprès, je vous jure. Oh bordel. Attends, du coup, je suis dans les tunnels en dessous d'Ars, c'est ça? Oh! Ah, c'est la fin, ça fait quoi? Ah, d'accord. C'est... ok. Maintenant, ben, le défi, ça va être de retrouver le chemin. Mais c'est pas merveilleux. Je vois que dalle. Tout ce que j'ai, c'est mon GPS scénaristique. Tiens, c'est quoi ça? J'ai hâte de retourner tuer des gens, putain. Oh. Ah! Ah! Putain de chaise. J'ai hâte d'acheter ma spécialisation. Je sais déjà laquelle je vais prendre. C'est-à-dire la deuxième plus intéressante après Chevalier Enchanteur. Ah, elle était géniale celle-là.
There, it's her.
Thank the Maker.
Vous m'avez trouvé comme par hasard.
Cannot simply ignore this. We must find a way.
And who put you in charge? We need a consensus or we have nothing.
Please, we must use reason. Without the infrastructure of the Inquisition, we're
I
hobbled.
can't come from nowhere.
She didn't say it could.
Enough! This is getting us nowhere.
Well, we're agreed on that.
You need rest. They've been at it for hours. They have that luxury thanks to you. The enemy could not follow, and with time to doubt, we turn to blame. Infighting may threaten as much as this Corypheus.
Ouais, c'est sûr.
Do we know where Corypheus and his forces are? We are not sure where we are. Which may be why, despite the numbers he still commands, there is no sign of him. That, or you are believed dead. Or without Haven, we are thought helpless. Or he girds for another attack. I cannot claim to know the mind of that creature. Only his effect on us.
If that thing is still out there, we need to move.
They are uncertain where. And there are other questions. About you. Our leaders struggle because of what we survivors witnessed. We saw our defenders stand and fall. And now we have seen her return. The more the enemy is beyond us, the more miraculous your actions appear. And the more our trials seem ordained. That is hard to accept, you know. What we have been called to endure. What we perhaps must come to believe.
I escaped the Avalanche. Barely, perhaps, but I didn't die.
Of course. And the dead cannot return from across the veil. But the people know what they saw. Or perhaps what they needed to see. The Maker works both in the moment and in how it is remembered. Can we truly know the heavens are not with us?
You saw Corypheus. What do you think of his claims of assaulting the heavens?
Scripture says magisters, the winter servants of false gods, entered the Fade to reach the Golden City, seat of the Maker. For their crime, they were cast out as darkspawn. Their hubris is why we suffer blight.
Oui.
Why the Maker turned.
C'est vrai que c'était à cause des Tevincid.
What is the claim of this Corypheus? He is a monster beyond imagining. All mankind continues to suffer for that sin.
Bah, tu m'étonnes, les enclins c'est violent.
It is true. All the more reason Andraste would choose someone to rise against him.
Corypheus said he found only corruption and emptiness. Nothing golden.
If he entered that place, it has changed him without and within. The living are not meant to make that journey. Perhaps these are lies he must tell himself, rather than accept that he earned the scorn of the Maker. I know I could not bear such.
Mother Giselle, I just don't see how what I believe matters. Lies or not, Corypheus is a real physical threat. We can't match that with hope alone.
Ça va les filles? Vous voulez un câlin? Ma solution à tous les problèmes.
Shadows fall and hope has fled. Still your heart, the dawn will come. The night is long and the path is dark. Look to the sky for one day soon. Dawn will come.
Ah oui, tout le monde chante. Des humains qui chantent. C'est marrant qu'ils chantent ça en pleine nuit du coup, parce que forcément l'aurore va venir. T'imagines le soleil il décide de pas se lever.
An army needs more than an enemy. It needs a cause.
Ah bah je me suis fait mal.
A word.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe tête d'œuf? Putain, t'as pas froid à marcher pieds nus dans la neige, mec?
A wise woman, worth heeding. Her kind understand the moments that unify a cause. Or fracture it. The orb Corypheus carried, the power he used against you, it is Elf. Corypheus used the orb to open the breach. Unlocking it must have caused the explosion that destroyed the Conclave. I do not yet know how Corypheus survived. Nor am I certain how people will react when they learn of the orb's origin.
Ouais. Oui, bah bonne question. Comment vous savez ça?
What is it and how do you know about it?
They were foci, used to channel ancient magics. I have seen such things in the Fade, old memories of older magic. Corypheus may think it was it. His empire's magic was built on the bones of my people. Knowing or not, he risks our alliance. I cannot allow it.
Ok, qu'est-ce que vous proposez?
Help us, now's the time.
Ouais, exactement.
Yes, judging by the faithful, now is the time. By attacking the Inquisition, Corypheus has changed you. Scout to the north. Be their guide. There is a place that waits for a force to hold it. There is a place where the Inquisition can build, grow.
C'est la grande surface, Carrefour Market. En plus, je dis des conneries, Carrefour Market, c'est pas une grande surface. Elle est méga classe cette forteresse. Globalement, les forteresses, je trouve ça cool. Et celle-là, elle est méga classe. Regarde-moi ça. Salut!
They arrive daily from every settlement in the region. Skyhold is becoming a pilgrimage. If word has reached these people, it will have reached the Elder One.
C'est exactement ce que j'étais en train de me dire.
And numbers to put up a fight here, but this threat is far beyond the war we anticipated.
Ce que j'allais dire, mais si tout le monde est au courant, les méchants aussi.
Allowed you to stand against Corypheus. What drew him to you?
C'était pour la marque.
He came for this, and now it's useless to him, so he wants me dead. That's it.
The anchor has power, but it's not why you're still standing here. Your decisions let us heal the sky. Your determination brought us out of Haven. You are the creature's rival because of what you did. And we know it. All of us. The Inquisition requires a leader. The one who has already been leading.
Ah. Bah oui. C'est exactement ça en fait. J'étais pas le leader officiel, mais c'est quand même moi qui dirigeais.
Say that you will not make me regret this.
If you're not sure, why do it?
Because I believe this is what was meant to be. That without you, there would be no Inquisition.
C'est pas exactement correct.
Future, how you lead us, that is entirely up to you.
La pression! Elle est super belle l'épée. Je pourrais m'en servir. Mais évidemment que non. Mais ce serait fun. LOL.
With fear running rampant, they need to see a mage standing for what is right. I'll defeat Corypheus standing with them, not over them.
Wherever you lead us.
C'est Sarah qui a approuvé.
They have, and soon the work.
Commander, will they follow?
Inquisition, will you follow?
Oh, 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 Spartans, oh, oh.
Will we triumph?
Merde, il est quelle heure?
Your leader, your herald, your inquisitor.
Yay! C'est moi. Knock knock. Ça nécessite un peu de Valérie Damido par-ci par-là, mais c'est cool. Regardez, il y a même un trône là-bas qui m'attend au fond.
It began in the courtyard. This is where we turned that promise into action. But what do? We know nothing about this Corypheus except that he wanted your mark.
Corypheus wants to restore Tevinter. Is this a prelude to war with the Imperium?
I get the feeling we're dealing with extremists, not the vanguard of a true invasion.
Tevinter is not the Imperium of 1,000 years ago. What Corypheus yearns to restore no longer exists. Though they would shed no tears if the South fell to chaos, I'm certain.
Corypheus said he wanted to enter the Black City, that this would make him a god.
He is willing to tear this world apart to reach the next. It won't matter if he's wrong.
What if he's not wrong? If he finds some other way into the Fade?
Then he gains the power he seeks, or unleashes catastrophe on us all.
Could his dragon really be an archdemon? What would that mean?
It would mean the beginning of another blight. We've seen no darkspawn other than Corypheus himself. Perhaps it's not an archdemon at all, but something different?
Whatever it is, it's dangerous. Commanding such a creature gives Corypheus an advantage we can't ignore.
Someone out there must know something about Corypheus.
Unless they saw him on the field, most will not believe he even exists.
We do have one advantage.
We know what Corypheus intends to do next. When you were at Therenfall, you uncovered a plot to
Oui,
kill
il veut tuer
Atlas.
l'impératrice.
Imagine the chaos her death would cause. With his army.
An army he's growing. The Envy Demon gloated about a massive force of demons.
Corypheus could conquer the entire south of Thedas, god or no god.
I'd feel better if we knew more about what we were dealing with.
I know someone who can help with that. Everyone acting all inspirational jogged my memory, so I sent a message to an old friend. She's crossed paths with Corypheus before and may know more about what he's doing. She can help.
Ok, amenez-la.
Always looking for new allies. Introduce me.
Parading around might cause a fuss. It's better for you to meet privately, on the battlements. Trust me, it's complicated.
Well, we stand ready to move on both of these concerns.
On your order, Inquisitor.
I know one thing. If Varric has brought who I think he has, Cassandra is going to kill him.
Ah, on est d'accord. On sait très bien qui il a appelé.
This is the Inquisition. A dusty old ruin filled with battered soldiers.
If you shut your mouth and opened your eyes, you'd see that the Inquisition is our one hope.
Voilà. Ferme ta gueule, poteau. À plus tard.